نرحب بناس اللي بيتابعوا معنا هذه الحلقة الخاصة بالسيد ألور أويت ألور، هو رئيس اتحاد أبيي لكرة القدم الجزء الحبيب لوطننا الغالي. نلتقي اليوم في جوبا لكي نصور اليوم مع بعض في أروقة اتحاد أبيي لكرة القدم اللي ظل ثابتا في مشاركاته على مستوى القومي، وظل جزءا مهما لدولة جنوب السودان وفي الأنشطة الرياضية كما هي الحال في بقية المجالات. مرحبا بك السيد الله.
Thank you.
نحن نلتقيك كآي راديو لنعرف أو نصول بك بأغلق في مدينة أبيي، لأننا الآن في جوبا، ولكن دايرين لك تكلمنا عن الوضع الراهن الرياضي في أبيي، ولماذا فكرت أنك تجي رئيس لاتحاد أبيي لكرة القدم؟
Thank you very much. I will just tell you my name once more. أنا اسمي Alor Awet Alor رئيس اتحاد محلي كرة القدم في منطقة أبيي. In fact, I was being elected through election, and I came to Juba, and my actually interest of coming as a leader, I have some agendas which I actually wanted to implement and do in our states. In fact, that's why I have come, and I didn't come with the aim of coming to do something which is not reasonable or which is not actually supposed to be done in Abyei. I came with the aim I want to bring up the sport in Abyei.
Good. I think you have made it clear for bringing up sport in Abyei. When you talk about agenda or action work plan that you want to implement in Abyei, can you tell us some details about it, some small details?
In fact, I have some agendas. You know, the time when I went to Abyei, I'm general director of Awet company and Salama Insurance company and Salama Group company. So all these three companies, I'm actually managing them. The time when I went to Abyei, I actually did some meeting with my colleagues. We sat together. I came up with the idea we want to support the sport in Abyei, and we came to agreement where we bought some sets of uniform, we bought the cups, and we bought so many things. I took them to Abyei. The time when I went, I met the governor and the former president. Say that we want actually to make a tournament in the company names, say that they can support them yearly, say that the sport can go on well in Abyei. Then from there, in fact, I faced some challenges. Those challenges, in fact, I was not expecting those challenges to be there in my state, but I really just managed them to be like that. The time when I came back to Juba, then those people, they called me that we really want you to come and lead us in Abyei in the sports department, where they told me that I should contest for that post, and they convinced me in so many ways, and in fact I accepted to go for it. I bought a plane from here, I went there, I met them for just only 3 hours. We sat together with all teams. I gave them my agendas. One of them, in fact, I want actually to buy for them a vehicle, a bus, which will transport them from Abyei to other states, and from Abyei to anywhere they wanted to go and play some games. Two, I told them I wanted actually to renovate the fields, and I want actually to make the field to look actually good, to be recognized, because there's some actually tournament which are used to be played, and Abyei doesn't have a good field, so that's why they don't really give them a chance. Like South Sudan Cup right now, it has fallen to Rumbek, and we have chance. If we have good fields, we can have that chance to be played in Abyei. But I came with that aim. We want to actually renovate the fields. We put everything to be good, so that next time we need the tournament to be played in Abyei. Number three, I told them we need actually the center of the headquarters, which is the Riyasat Ittihad. It's not there. In fact, to be built in Abyei. And we talked to the governor. He gave us a land, and he gave us a building also, where we can actually operate right now until we put our building down there. So we are in that process. We want to make something in two areas, Abyei and Agok.
Okay, you talk about the great point that you are trying to implement. Then you mentioned some challenge that you face. According to you, in that particular time, I think now, from the day you are elected up to today, you have knowledge, you have learned a lot of things. What challenges you can think can be obstacle for you to achieve that 3 point you talk about?
You know, it's not only 3 points. We have many points, but these are the main. The other points, I think, I have talked to these companies. At least we want to support those teams in Abyei yearly. We give them a set of uniforms. We give them footballs, which is the sports materials. Such that, you know, in Abyei, the situation there is not all that good. And the South Sudan Football Association, really, they can support them financially, but that money in other areas cannot be enough totally.
You need
that
technical
money,
support also.
yeah, we need technical support. That money goes straight away to the tournaments where they are playing. You know, referees, they need money. When you don't pay them money, they cannot really do anything in the field. And also, those teams, when they are making the opening ceremony, at least you have to spend that money much on that one. And the closing date also, you have to spend. And the field also needs some people who can really make it to be good, so that people can go and play there. We have talked really to those companies. We want at least to support them. We do all the fields, we build the headquarters and another center in Agok, and we support them with sporting materials, so that they cannot really think much. You know, when the sport is not there in Abyei, people think of different things. You know, this young generation, they can go and bring, others can make some crimes, which is not good. And when the sport is really active in the area, normally they can forget all those things and they come up with a good idea which can bring up the name of the state.
I think you have visited a lot of areas, including Wow, Bayo, Juba, Tori. What relation that you got like is lacking and you are trying to bring them up to be at the same level?
In fact, as I have told you before, we don't have a good field. So we don't have the headquarters center. 3, our sports like referees, like coaches,
They are not
and
at
the
same
team,
level.
they are not the same. They are lacking a lot of things.
Okay, how do you planning to get in touch with all this? You don't have good field, you don't have a face, your referee need to be trained. How Alor will tackle all this? Did you have partners? How you can try to get some supporters, football association, NGOs, and many more?
In fact, the time when I went to Abyei, the time when they gave me that chance to be in the office, the first thing I did, I wrote a letter to UNISFA in Abyei, so that they can come and help us in really in clearing the field, so that we can start after the tournament which has been just played, the South Sudan Cup. And really they respond to us in a good way, where they came with the grader and they really clear the field, and they clear another. They have also they have actually opened for us another field, which are two right now in Agog, and we have two in Abyei right now. So for the issue of the field, I think they have actually make something there. And what I'm planning for right now, at least we want to have some maram where we can put in the field, because when rains come, it can be good. People can continue just playing football.
Alor, you have a chance of being together with other members of football association, and we have been learning that all local football associations were receiving 2,000 every 3 months from South Sudan Football Association, and also recently they received 10,000. Why the member of football association, the General Assembly in Torit, why did not come back with the mechanism that instead of distributing amount of money, and then this thing can be given to other local football associations in terms of technical support for innovating fields, building office. There is nothing like that has been discussed in General Assembly.
In fact, I was the one who have raised that complaint. I came up with the idea that the money they are giving, it's not every 3 months. It is just in a year they give you 4,000. Then the other 10,000 is yearly. But it have just started, but not. And we don't know the time it will, whether it will come or not. Because since I came up to the first, I did not receive any money. But through my cooperation with the other companies, we are really building a good cooperation, and we are really bringing up the sport in Abyei. So we did not actually link much on the sport, but we are trying our best. We are trying our best as children of Abyei. We need at least something to be good in our area. That's why we came with the aim of we want to build up the sport. We have to fight really so much, so that the sport in Abyei have to be the same with the other sport in other states, like Juba. At least we are comparing ourselves with the Juba right now. We want to be like a Juba.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Abyei is a part of this country, and whatever you are suffering for your area, I think it's the same in another area in South Sudan. Let us talk now in sport in general, and then you have been a member of board of directors. How do you get in with the outcome of General Assembly, the recent one in Torit, in general?
In fact, about the General Assembly in Torit, you know, the time when we left here, we are supposed to receive the agendas
In advance.
Before 45 days. But unfortunately, the time when we left, we did not receive anything. The time when we went to Torit, it was date 1. We spent date 2. Then on date 3, we went just for General Assembly. So the time when we left here, we went, we sat in the Torit hotel. Then in the evening, the board of the directors of the South Sudan Football Association, they went for meeting while we were actually in the hotel. Then the second day, we went to SPLM house for meeting. Then from there, we received some agendas which was being organized, and they have changed it again. They rearranged it once more. So we went to the hall. Then they explained to us everything. And the second day, we came to Torit Hotel, where the General Assembly is. The governor came and opened up the ceremony. Then he left. From there, they bring up all the agendas. And there is one agenda which was actually headed, was being left behind, and it has disorganized people so much. Then that agenda was being put behind. Then later on, it was being just brought up and declared by the president. And I did not blame someone who have just
What
received.
is that agenda?
That agenda, it was about the seat.
The seat in board of directors.
Yeah, seat in board of directors. that seat in board of directors, it was not there. And it was being created and added. So when it was added, I asked the president before we got the meeting, but he was telling me that this thing has been brought by FIFA and it has already been signed and it has been given. So I asked him many questions, he did not answer me. He told me it's already like that, we cannot do anything on it.
So the issue was not subjected to the voting or discussion?
It was not before.
It's just a ready
then
announcement.
A ready announcement. Then I was being called. They called the other people of Maluk that the seat is already given. The seat is already given by FIFA to these people, and we are giving a reserve seat to Abyei, which is Kursi Shrafi.
Is it there in the constitution?
It is not there. It is not there in the constitution. Definitely, when I hear that, I stood up and I rejected that. I told them that seat is not really there in the constitution, and I cannot go for it. Why? Because it is not recognized. You cannot go for something which is not recognized.
But how this thing is happening in front of the member of General Assembly, which is the superpower of the authority for football in South Sudan? Is General Assembly member to decide, to amend, to reject, to accept? How this thing passed just like that?
You know, it was the president, he actually, you know, when he talked, everything he just linked it with the FIFA, that it was been approved and it was been sent to us, and we are supposed to have one of their representatives to come and explain everything to you. This is how he really just give everything out. And you know, he just tell everyone. And before that one, they have sat as a board of directors. They discuss about that one. They told me what you are doing, it will bring problem later on. He did not accept that. Then he just push it, just say everything is signed and it cannot be taken back. So the seat is already given and we have no authority of taking it back. So when I look at them, I told them, now if you have given it, it looks like a degree. You have given it and you don't want to return it back. So everything is in your hand and you are the one responsible for everything. In case of anything, you have to answer. So from there, he did not even answer me.
Okay, after you come back from Tori, how was the feedback or the response or the reaction of that?
You know, the reaction was, there's some people who have understood it. They know what happened according to the explanation that has been given to them. But there's some people who have not understood it. And also, there's some members in the Football Association headquarters were saying that the president of Abyei Local Football Association is the one who have given the seat to those of Maluk. And for me, I did not have actually that interest of talking in a media or something like that. But this thing have really hurted me. The time when I heard that, immediately I went to the media, to some newspapers, to clarify things out to everyone. When I went to the media, immediately they called me. Why did you expose it?
Tell us, what is your view on that General Assembly, which is might include more than 4 candidates for the presidency?
You know, for those candidates, you can just look at them, but out of those ones, there's maybe one person which will be the right person for that seat. You cannot really go for all of them. You can look at them, you look at their view, their agendas, and what is the person going to do, then you just pick one person out of those ones. So it is actually still early. For them, they have to visit all the states. Someone who wanted to stand for that post, he has to go move around with his agendas. So you have to give his agenda. After there, you, as I'm here, the one for Abyei, I will look at them, you know, what they are really they are going to give. Then out of those ones, I will pick one person. Then the other state also will do their things. Then we compare what I have picked and the other one. Then we compare whether they will be the same or different. Then from there, I think you decide for your own.
In election, there is people who talk about the group of Greater Bargadal, group of Upper Nile, group
Definitely
of
it is
Equatorial.
there.
There is anything like that?
It is there, and that one it was being put in the book by the president, not us. He's the one who have divided the greaters like that. Because he has divided, he has put me, let me say, the one of Abyei and the greater Bargazal to be under Warab. That's where he has really put me. Then there is a Greater Equatoria and Greater Upper Nile. That's how he have really divided. In Greater Bargazal there is 4 seats. Greater Bargazal, Greater Equatoria there is 3 seats. Greater Bargazal there is 4. Then the Greater Upper Nile there is 3 plus the one he has given to be 4. So he was telling us that he want to balance Bargazal and Upper Nile. This is his plan. And he has forgotten that there is a administrative area.
Mr. Awet, before we come to our end of discussion, the women football is supported by FIFA. FIFA has called for the whole nation federation to give support for women football, to at least to come up and then to be the same support that was given to the boy.
In fact, in Abyei, we don't have that one. But from the time when I came in, I really call women at least to have their right also in the football. I brought 2 sets from my company. I have actually given them some football also, so that they can start training. So they have formed 2 teams right now, and we are waiting for the next tournament which will be played, and we are going to participate also, but it was not there totally. But
So-
we actually need to bring them up by giving them some sport materials like football and uniform.
And that one can
the
encourage
shoes.
other
It can,
females and they
yeah,
can join
it is
and
really
create
encouraging.
another-
Right now, as they are training, we are really receiving some more numbers of women which are really participating also. So which means that the team is really going to increase, and we have also some kids which are really playing jazz in the area. When I go there, I normally move from here with some football. When I go, I give them a football so that they can start training, they play. And those kids, they are the one right now really building up the other big teams. When we give them, it really gives them morale of playing and training. Then they join the other big teams when they become mature. And there's some other academy really which are really coming up, and they need support, where they need some football uniform and shoes and so many things for the sports. So we want actually to support them, and I have really tell the president, we need a support where you get some companies also as a headquarter. We support the other areas. When to be in Juba here, other areas are not like Juba. Others are really suffering, and others here like Juba here, they are getting a lot of things. They can get through companies, and for us there, we don't have companies. Unless you come to Juba, you talk to the one of the company here, then they can give you take it there. So we need support, at least to support those who are very far.
Thank you for your time. Now you have one message to the sport people in Abyei and in South Sudan.
In fact, I need good cooperation with the South Sudan in general, the citizen and the non-citizen. When it comes to sport, you have given your life to unite with everyone. Not you support one and you leave the other one. You have to unite. We are the one bringing peace in South Sudan. We are the one bringing the young generation, building them up, and to build them up, at least we need also some other people in the diaspora to support those who are in South Sudan. We want to bring them up so that the football can be seen also in South Sudan like other areas. So we have to join hands together everywhere you are. We join hands and we bring up South Sudan to be like other countries, like our neighbors also, they have gone. But anyway, for us, we are really coming up so quick. If we join hands, we can be even more better than our neighbors, like Uganda, Kenya, Congo, Sudan, and other areas. Yeah.
Thank you for being with us, Mr. Alor, the chairman of Abyei Local Football Association.
Thank you. Thanks, bro.
بنشكر الناس تابت هذه الحوار مع سيد ألور أويت، هو رئيس اتحاد أبيي لكرة القدم، في حوار حصري حول الأحداث والتحديات اللي بتواجه أبيي ومستقبل كرة القدم في أبيي وفي جنوب السودان بصفة عامة. شكرا لكم لحسن المتابعة.